Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise and honor, glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honor and blessing to the elders, the apostle, great millstone. Peace and salutation for the brother who doing the truth and sincerely across the four corners of the earth. And the water Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, for the elders, the apostle, and down. Great millstone for waking me up to the wisdom, knowledge, the truth, and understanding. But Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, through the power and the Holy Spirit. But Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And with that, I'm going to say shalom to the fruit Aqua that believe it well, meaning the sisters. And with that, I'm going to say shalom. Alright. Listen, what I'm getting into today, I'm going to try to make it kind of quick, Lord willing. But you know how spirit work. Going to that, really go get the scripture proving that we're going to be delivered through the chariots of Yahweh Shai. The so-called UFOs with the angel ride in, the chariots, the ships. What the white man called UFOs on unidentified objects. But we're going to go get the scripture to prove that you're going to have mans in the scriptures from Enoch to Elijah to Yahweh Shai go up in on the chariot. And also, that's how Israel going to be delivered out of here too. But this is 2 Kings chapter 2. I'm going to start from verse 1 and read out with 12. It say, and it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, and they talking about the representing chip, so-called chariot, UFO, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal, and Elijah said unto Elijah, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord have sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord live, and as thy soul live, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel, and the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord would take away the master from thy head today? And he said, yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace. And Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Jericho. And he said, as the Lord live, and as thy soul live, I will not leave thee. So they came to Jericho. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha and said unto him, knowest thou that the Lord would take away the master from thy head today? And he answered, yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace. And Elijah said unto him, tarry, I pray thee here, for the Lord hath sent me to Jordan. And he said, as the Lord live, and as thy soul live, I will not leave thee. And they two went on. He say, and 50 mans of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they went over on dry ground. And it came to pass when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I should do for thee before I be taken away from thee. Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of the Spirit be upon me. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it should be so unto thee. But if not, it should not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. It say, Elisha saw it and cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, the horsemen thereof. And he saw him and no more. And he saw him no more. He took hold of his own clothes and rent them to pieces. And so as you can see, Elijah and Elisha were, talking, communicating, and what it just said. All of a sudden, a chariot just came and took him up out and took him away. He went up into the heavens. So they proved that Elijah went up in a so-called UFO. He went up in a chariot. So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, as you see on that picture, So, but he like he said, he knew that Elijah was gonna depart from him. He ain't want to let go. You know, he was a man of Elijah through Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know, like he was like a disciple to Elijah. But you know, it's just the point that he got took up into a chariot. Now we're gonna go get Genesis, chapter 5, and 24. It say, and Enoch walked with Yahweh, and he was not, for Yahweh took him. And bam, that's just the point. And it said Enoch walked with Yahweh, and he was not, for Yahweh took him. So, when Enoch was on the scene, he was a prophet of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He was a servant of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And what happened to him? He got taken up, you know, in the ship. And Enoch walked with Yahweh, and he was not, for Yahweh took him. Took him just like he took Elijah, you know, kind of scooped him up. But right, that's just the point. Now we're going to go get Acts. It's Acts chapter 1, verse 9. And when he had spoken these things while they beheld, he was taken up. This talking about Yahushua, one who people call Jesus. And a cloud received him out of their sight. And while they looked steadfastly towards heaven, as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, these are angels, which also said, Ye mans of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, should come in like manner as you have seen him go into heaven. Because the Lord say, everybody gonna see him when he come back. So the Lord gonna come back in the ship, you know, so-called UFO, you know. So you hearing these mans getting taken up in ships, in the chariots, you know, and the word cloud just a metaphor for the chariot, you know. They call them starships, chariot, pillar of fire, you know, chariots of fire, you know. And that's the point, metaphor for the UFOs, clouds. This is on Revelation, chapter 11, and I'm going to start from 11. And after, it's saying, after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them. And they stood there, it says, stood upon their feet. And great fear fell upon them which saw them. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. See, a great voice from heaven saying, Come up hither. They're going up in the ship. These are the elect mans of Israel. Because on the elect going to get beaten up. The 2/3 who don't want to get right on this side, they're going to have to die. So, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying, come up, say, yeah, come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven, ascended up to heaven in a cloud. And their enemies beheld them. Right. And they say, and their enemy beheld them. At the same hour was there a great earthquake, because you're going to have missiles, you know, rocking the earth, because America will be destroyed by nuclear fire. But the Lord not going to make a full end on the earth. America is Babylon the Great, that mystery Babylon, is which ought to be destroyed. So in the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and the earthquake was slain of the man 7,000. See, and it's not gonna be no rapture when tribulation pop off. You know, I seen a little video today. You had a Eve talking, which the Lord don't need, you know, get a woman, you know, authority to be prophesizing to teach. But anyway, he said the man was slain 7,000, and the remnant were frightened and gave glory to Yahweh of heaven, right? So, because we're going to be watching, Lord willing, that part of that number, I'm part of that number, we're going to be watching the destruction of America from the ships, from the chariot, looking down and watching the missiles just burn it all up, man. You know? But it just point, but you had this woman talking about the people going to be disappearing before, basically like before the Great Tribulation, before Jacob trouble. No, everybody going to go through Jacob trouble, and we're going to be delivered through the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, so-called UFOs. That's how we're going to get up out of here. Now let me get wisdom of Solomon real quick. It's wisdom of Solomon, um, chapter 5. It say, then should, I'm gonna start from 1. Then should the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. We standing up bold right now in front of the ones who afflicted Esau, Edom, and make no account of his labor, right? He make no account of our labor, and the Lord say you ain't gonna prosper, in Deuteronomy 28. It's a curse. You're not gonna prosper in all thy ways. You make no account of our labor, man. Esau, Edom. So when they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear. It should be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. So when they see us being delivered, Esau, Edom, and the rest of the Eden, they're gonna be afraid. They're gonna be afraid. They're gonna be frightened, man. They're gonna be in terrible fear, seeing us going up in the ships, knowing how they got all these movies about the aliens, so-called aliens be coming back, which the ancient chariot come back destroying everything, shooting beams out the ships, and ships are real big, and they bring destruction to the earth, bringing a great destruction. So they gonna fear. Read again. Then should the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor. Right? The devil work us to death. You work hard and you still don't prosper. You got to pay. You work just to get the nigga the money back. And when they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear and should be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, right? Because they, how the church teach, going with the Christianity doctrine, they ain't looking for us to just, they looking for a rapture. They're not looking for ships, so-called UFOs to come back and deliver us, which is the chariots of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They not looking for that. Everybody gonna be frightened when they see it. Terrible fear gonna fall upon them because they also gonna start knocking people to dust, zapping and turning to dust and smoke, like the scripture says in 2nd Ezra. And also 19, Revelation 19, how the Lord come out with the ships and catching the fire at the bottom of the ship out of his mouth. It say, matter of fact, yeah, and I'm gonna stop right there. Cause the strangeness of our salvation going up in the ships, man. Okay. Let me see. Matter of fact, I'll read some verse 3. And they repented and groaning for anguish of the spirit, should say within themselves, this was he who we had sometimes in derision, right? Mark, last, picked on, teased, man of the Lord, who you see out him, Yahweh wasn't by way. And a proverb or reproach, right, of a small truth. He said, we fools are counting his life madness, right? When they see us out there, these niggas tripping, these niggas mad, they speaking hate. These niggas, why you so angry? But, right, kind of like, for madness. Like, we just throw it the hell off. Like, we crazy. He said, we fools, right? Because you fools. You're going to be shaming that day. We fools are counting his life madness and his end to be without honor, right? How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh? And his lot is among the saints. But that's just the point, man. And our lot amongst the saints. Lord, wouldn't be part of that number to hope for elect. Like the scripture say, put on as the elect. As we do through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, rehearsing the righteous act and going out here to preach the gospel like we're supposed to. Like he told Peter, you love me, feed my sheep. I'm going to go get Isaiah 26:20 real quick. It's Isaiah chapter 26 in verse 20. Come, my people, into thy chamber, and shut the doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. What indignation? The righteous anger of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, overthrowing the wicked place of America with nuclear war, with World War III, and shut the doors about. We going up in them ships, ship being closed, we looking at the wonders of the chariots and from the heavens and watch America being destroyed. You know, you're gonna have missile shot to the other parts of the earth, but America is gonna get their full. America gonna be no more habited. You know, won't nobody pinch tent here. You're not gonna be able to set up shop over here. You know, but the other parts of the earth, the Lord gonna do a little damage. But and you're gonna also have the nation when they go into captivity, build our kingdom up. But you know, it say, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chamber and shut the doors about thee. Hide thyself right, because we're gonna be in the ships." You know, as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity, for the sin. The earth also should disclose her blood, and should no more cover her slain. So right. So the Lord coming back with the ultimate destruction through World War III, and with him in the chariots coming to deliver the elect, and also coming down with that concentrated fire out of the ships. Right? As a matter of fact, what that is. And all right, this is Revelation 21. It's going to join the Revelator on the new heavens and the new earth. The new heaven and new earth is representing the Israel being a power. We've been in authority and ruling with Yahweh, join as with Yahweh Shai, and ruling with Yahweh Shai. You know, the elect. But you know, all Israel gonna be saved, but they 2/3 gonna have to down this side, but they are gonna inherit the kingdom. But this Revelation 21:1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. So you know this going to rulership, because if the Lord gonna destroy America, the skies and stuff still gonna exist. So it's not gonna be no new sky or no new heaven where Yahweh Shai, where Yahweh Shai now, because everything up in the spirit realm right now is and then but righteousness going on up in the spirit realm. You know, that's why I say you're gonna be on earth, done on earth as it is in heaven, because everything in order up there with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Ain't nobody out of order, everything in order, you know. So it ain't gonna be no sense of the Lord making a new heaven where he dwell at, him and the holy angels and Yahweh Shai, and ain't number righteous going on up there in the new sky, because the sky not gonna be destroyed. You know, the sky, the outer space not gonna be destroyed. It's just gonna be the earth, the rulership of Esau in his heaven. You know, because heaven going to different meaning. You know, and I saw a new heaven, new rulership, and a new earth. Right, because like Edgar said, he made the word for our sake. Because what the scriptures say for Esau is the end of the world. So they're gonna be the end of the world for Esau, but Jacob the beginning to follow. That's the new heaven, new earth. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away. The rulership of Esau, Edom, because it say Esau's the end of the world, but Jacob's the beginning to follow. And there was no more sea. And I John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, come down from out of heaven. See, it just said he saw the New Jerusalem come down, because Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. But he said he saw it come down from heaven. Because like I said, we're going to go up in the ship and we're going to be changed. The scripture tell you that we're going to go up and we're going to be changed. You know, the Lord going to establish us with the law, statute, commandment that we never go off in no more new heart, new mind, all that. You know, a new mind, new bodies, all that. So that New Jerusalem coming down, not talking about no golden city floating down coming out the sky. You know, they're talking about the people. Because we just read how these men took it up in the ship, you know, from Elijah, Yahweh Shai, to Enoch, and also going to the elect, you know, going up in the ship, but we're gonna come down and we're gonna be that New Jerusalem. Why? Because we're gonna be we gonna be the nation of Israel out of the 12 tribes. Gonna be changed. So-called African American, Native American, Indian, so-called Latino, Hispanic, who make up 12 tribes, is gonna be changed with the new bodies and new mind. The Lord gonna put it in us. Not go off no more. It said, and I John saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, come down from Yahweh out of heaven. He said, prepare as a bride adored from her husband. Right. Man, my page told right here. But that's just the point. And I have my page 12 at the bottom on 3. I can't read the rest of the words on 3. But that's just the point. So, and I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, Israel, 12 tribes come down from heaven, out of heaven, prepared as a bride, adored from her husband. But, con, because we coming back to the marriage to Yahweh Shai. You know, because Yahweh Shai made, Yahweh Shai made the agreement with us. You know, he came to us with them law, statute, commandment. Like you marry your wife, y'all got the vows, marriage vows, the same thing with Yahweh Shai. You know, took an oath with Yahweh Shai, the vows, they made their covenant with him, that promise. What he made with us, and you know what he made with the forefathers, you know, all the way with us. So, but this gonna be Matthew 24, and I'm gonna close it out with that. So this Matthew chapter 24. Matthew chapter 24. And I'm gonna start from 30. Matthew 24 and 30. It say, and then should appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then should all tribes of the earth mourn, and they should see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, coming in the clouds of heaven in the chariots in the ship. Like you said, the same Yahweh Shai who you see went up in the cloud, went up to the heavens in the cloud, which in the chariot, he gonna come back the same way, you know. And then should appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then should all tribes of the earth mourn, and they should see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he should send his angel with a great sound of a trumpet, and they should gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. Because right, we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. You know, we came over here, but you still got some of us still over there too. But we scattered throughout all the earth, to the four corners of the earth, to the four winds. You know, he say the angel gonna come gather us. You know, how they gonna do that? With the ships. You know, because the chariot of the Lord, you know, what it is, a song, 1,000 upon 1,000, you know, roughly paraphrasing. But, you know, 1,000 of ships, man, in chariot. And say, and they should gather together his elect, his chosen, from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And say, now learn they're just the point. Right. So, man, with all that, I hope they were edifying, man. I'm gonna close it out, man, with that. So, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. With that, man, I say Shalom. Hope they're edifying. The wild of Yahweh Shem Yahshai for the Israel Apostle Great Millstone. On down for waking me up to the wisdom, our truth, and understanding. Hey, and Shalom to the brother who doing sincerely caught the fuck on the earth, and to the few Aqua that believe well, me and the sisters. Shalom. Peace. Hope they were edifying.